Hello and welcome to this new video from FlutterFlow Academy. Today we will talk about the image widget. The image widget is one of the first 4 widgets you can find under base elements under widgets in the UI builder. This video is structured into 2 parts. In the first part we will talk about when to use the image widget. And in the second part we will talk about the styling of the image widget. Let's get started. So first of all, I have to drag the image widget onto my screen. There we can see an image appeared. So what are the use cases now? The use cases are pretty clear. You will want to use the image widget at all times where you have an image. But except for one case. If you have a circle image, you will not want to use the image widget. You might ask yourself, but what if I want to have kind of round corners, but not a circle? You will want to use the image widget. We will talk about this later in this video. So let's get started with the styling. The first option you have to style your image is the padding. The padding kind of works like in the text widget. If you want to have a really detailed overview about the padding, please watch our video about the text widget, which will appear here up in the corner. But to give you a quick overview, padding defines the distance the image has to the next elements. So if I type in 10 left, you see there's a 10 padding here to the left, 10 pixels. If I type in 10 to the bottom, nothing will change. 10 to the top, something will change again, because here 10 pixels padding is there now. And 10 to the right, nothing will change because here's more than 10. And I can also lock all these together so that they at all times have the same padding. So now if I change this to 20, you see everything changes to 20. Let's change it back to 0 and unlock it again. The next thing we can talk about is alignment. So what is alignment? Alignment is the horizontal and vertical alignment in relation to the parent widget. The parent widget in this case is the whole screen. So my parent element is the whole screen. So if I put the horizontal alignment to 0, you see it's right in the middle of the screen. If I change vertical to 0 again, it's right in the middle of the screen. Now if I change vertical, you see the image changes its vertical alignment in relation to the parent widget or parent element. But let's delete both of those, because if you want more detail about the alignment, check out the text widget. Now we're talking about the image itself, which is the exciting part about this video. You can have 2 types of images in your FlutterFlow apps, a network image and an asset image. So what is a network image? A network image is an image from the internet, so your user needs internet connection. You can put in the image by defining a path to the image itself. Important for that is define a path to the image, not a path to the website where the image is on, because there might be 2 images on the website. So really define the path to the image. For that you can use sites like Picsome Photos, like FlutterFlow used in this example. If you do not want your user to use internet every time they load this image, you can click cached. What means cached? The image will be cached on the user's device. So it kind of will be stored. That makes it easier and lets your app load faster. But what if you do not want the network image type? Then you click Asset, and then you just upload an image and define a fixed image that will always be here. You can also select from assets you already uploaded. And then if you click Upload Image, it works like a normal file upload. Let's switch back to network to have an image. Now let's talk about the width and the height for the image. We again have pixels and percentage options. Pixels is a set amount of pixels that your image is big. You can have 100, you can also have 150, you could also have 200. You see, my width of the image changes when I change the pixels. I can also change this to 200 and we have a big square image now. But one thing about pixels here, I can also make them infinite. So it uses everything it can use, the infinite space, in both directions, and we have the biggest image possible. But let's switch this back to 100. And let's switch this back to 100. But for the image size, we can also use percentage. Percentage is better because the image size stays the same no matter on which screen you are on. If I have 100 pixels, height and width, the image looks much smaller on a bigger phone. And on an even bigger phone, it looks even smaller. But if I use percentage instead, it makes it easier for me because the user has the same feeling while using my app, no matter on which device he uses the app on. So if I put percentage to 50 in both categories, you see, in both ways, it takes 50% of the screen, no matter if I'm on the iPhone 11 Pro or Galaxy S20. The image just gets bigger, but the screen is even bigger. Let's switch this back to 10. Let's switch this back to the standard amount. What is border radius? Border radius comes into play, like I mentioned earlier, if you have round corners, or if you want to have round corners. I will zoom in a bit to explain the border radius. If I put the border radius as an example to 10, and I click away, you see here's a little corner. And if I put it to even higher, let's say 25, the corner gets even bigger. So you see, if you want to have round corners for your image, you will want to use border radius. I'll put this back to 0 now. And then there's box fit. Box fit is important if you have a parent element like a column or a row. We will talk about the box fit more into detail when we talk about columns and rows in a later video. Thank you for watching this tutorial from FlutterFlow Academy. Make sure to subscribe to don't miss a tutorial.